What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining me today. Sorry, I am a bit late. Just had a few things to clear up. So yes, thank you for being here today. I mean, for the rest of my broadcast, I'm trying to really focus on doing a lot more beginner oriented things because I did notice that a lot of my members, not members, but Twitter followers are new. So I'm gonna go ahead here on Twitter real quick. Let's go ahead and do this, guys. Let's tweet this out. Let everybody know we are live. And let's just get the knowledge out there. Everybody deserves education. It's very important, guys. Education is everybody's entitled to that in life. That's something that no one should be robbed of. I'll type in education. Live right now. Let's learn together. Boom. All right. So there we go. All right. Okay. So the topic of today is I got major echo. Am I good now? Do I still have the echo, guys? Don't think I should have echo. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix this. Echo cancellation is on. What do you guys? Can you guys hear me okay? Sounds good. All right. Perfect. All right. So let's start from the very basics. So trigger trading, essentially what it is breakout trading. So trigger trading equals breakout trading, right? And what does that mean? Well, it means that we're looking for a break above a price to go long or a break below a price to go short. Okay. So the best thing that I want to do here, guys, is just show you yesterday and we can talk about the triggers. Okay. So every single day, there's going to be a high and a low of a day, right? Every day we're going to have a high and we're going to have a low. So what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to hit the replay from today so we can focus on the yesterday's range. So the one thing that you want to do, guys, is you want to always draw the previous day's high and low. Okay. And what the purpose of trigger trading is we're trying to say, okay, when a certain price breaks, we want to go long, and when a certain price breaks, we want to go puts. We're basically trying to take advantage of a trapped trader. That's literally what it is. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's look at this chart. If you shorted right here, so this is around 479.62 on SPY. If you shorted right here, guys, you took all of this short, blah, 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 you made good money, you're laughing, everything's good. But then the next day, SPY opens here, and then it breaks through. It breaks through where you shorted. Are you gonna be in a good position or a bad position? What do you guys think? Right? Hit me with a 1. If you let's just put yourself in this trader's shoes. You shorted here. Now the next day, SPY is here and it's breaking back up. Are you going to be in a good position or a bad position? Hit me with a 1 if you're going to be in a good position. Hit me with a 2 if you're going to be in a bad position. What do you guys think? So what we're trying to accomplish with the trigger is we're trying to say, okay, the shorted up here, right? So now if we come back here and we break this level, then now the short is going to have to cover their position and we can run up. We can run back up. So what I'm trying to do from a trigger perspective is just get in when this short is in trouble and go long. Okay. So we're trying to say, all right, the short is in trouble. I'm going to go long to see if they can get squeezed out. And it's the same thing from the put side. So if you went long here, okay, this is January 4th. If you went long here and then all of a sudden SPY starts, so if you went long, let's say 475.60, and then SPY opens here 475.90, and then it starts breaking through the 60, what's going to happen to your position? Right? Most of the time, traders are going to have a stop loss, and when it comes through and breaks that level, we can see a flush. Okay. So The whole point of the trigger trade is try to see where would the stop loss be for the bulls and the bears, and when can we get in to take advantage of their stop runs. And it doesn't have to be the high or the low. As you guys know, I have very advanced trigger trading strategies. I don't just use the high and the low. I have a lot of different methods because the high and the low is too easy, but it's the best for explanation purposes. But it's too easy, guys, right? Like the market's not going to be that easy. You can't just take the break of a high and make money. Like it's not going to work like that. There's different ways. But for educational purposes, that's what it is. It's the same concept. You're looking to take advantage of those trap traders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the trigger trade that occurred today in the SPY VIP. And I'm going to explain the psychology behind it step by step, because I want to show you a real trade that happened today that we were able to capture so that you could see it in real time. That's the best way to learn. All right. So let me just recap here. So trigger trade is a break out trade and looking to hunt stop losses. So we're the one that's hunting the stop loss this time. We're the one that's looking for where is the stop for the buyer or the seller, and I want to come in there and I want to get it, right? Okay, so that's trigger. So you can use the previous day's range. You can use just the orb, right? So the opening range breakout is basically a trigger, right? Because you have a 5-minute bar or 3-minute bar and you're taking the break above the higher low. That's the same thing as a trigger. It's just that you're doing it on one candle. But generally a trigger is you're looking at the previous day's range and cutting it into points. All right. Hit me with a 1 if you're enjoying yourself, you're having a good time. And if you can hear me okay, everything's good. Trading Wars Army members, I appreciate all of your support. Hit me with a TW Army SPY VIP. Let's get the party started. Let's get the education going. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up the Discord and I'm going to go to the trigger trades and I'm going to show you the ones that we had yesterday, okay? So the ones that executed today. So right here. So the short was 476.02. And let's put that in red. Let me just refresh this, guys. I still have some alerts on this chart that shouldn't be here anymore. Okay. Yep. There we go. So it's gone now. Okay, good. All right. So we're going to go ahead here. I'm going to hit the replay again. So we're going to go 476.02. And I'm going to put that in red. So this is the short trigger. So where's red? All right. And the long trigger is 479.54. And I'll talk to you about why, the psychology of these. So when the market is closed, I sit down, I look at the chart, and I craft my triggers the night before. And the reason I craft my triggers the night before is because I'm looking on the chart to look for where can the trap traders be exploited. Okay. And from there, I can do automated conditional orders that says when SPY is below 476.02, I want you to short for me. I want you to short, buy puts, buy short future contracts, short shares, do everything. Same thing here. I could say, all right, when we're above 479.54, buy me calls, go long, buy shares, right? So if we look at this chart, I'm going to show you guys a few things. If we look at the long trigger, you can see there's a major wick over here. So instead of waiting for the high to break, this is what I call a front run entry. I want to get in before the high because I don't want to be late to the party. Because if I can get in before the high, the option premiums are going to be cheaper. And the same thing here for the puts. I'm not going to wait for the low to break. I'm going to come in earlier. And you can see here, guys, we had this like inside bar support area here. That's one of the reasons why I went ahead and had my trigger here, right? And I write about my triggers in my book, my methodology, okay? So it's a little bit different because I like to get in early. Because when you're trading options, you don't want to get in late because the premiums are going to be extremely high. When you're trading options, you want to get in early as you can while being safe, okay? So Hit me with a 4 if you're following me right now, and then we're going to get into how the price action played out today. I'm also going to do the recap of SPY at the same time. The trades we took in the SPY room together. I'm going to do that as well as we go through this, okay? But hit me with a 4 if you guys are following me, and then let's proceed. All right, I see the 4s, okay? So next bar comes in. So first bar of the day comes in right here. So the first thing is, guys, I noticed that this is close to the trigger. So I'm not going to take an opening range breakout. The reason why is because you could see that this candle, it started right in the middle of the range. So because of that, I'm expecting to be into this chop zone. So I immediately do not take the orb, and I'll show you guys here just to show you guys the walkthrough this morning. So blah, blah, blah. So there's my chop picture. You know what I'm saying, guys? So right here, opening inside today, guys, made money on Monday and Tuesday. So need to be extremely careful. No orb for me today, sitting right on the 618. Trigger is right below us. So that's the first thing that goes through my head. So basically what I'm saying in my head here is, if we break the red line, I'm willing to short, but I'm not going to take an orb because my trigger is already there anyways. And the second thing is we open in the middle, and I don't want to take that chance. So we go in here, next bar comes, barely misses the trigger. And that's why I had the trigger in that specific spot, guys, because I'm telling myself, if it breaks 47602, then it's going to flush. If it does not touch that, if it does not cross that red line, I don't want to short, because this is not a break for the bears. This is an opportunity for the bulls to buy again. You see what I'm saying? This red line to me is where they're going to be in danger. But anything above this red line is buyable opportunities for the bulls. So you can see here, the bulls will start buying because they already bought here before. So they're getting a good deal again. We push up. Okay. Then we start chopping. So the first trade that I took on the day, guys, was this inside bar, which was a loser. So you'll see right here. So long 5-minute inside bar, quick stop out here, guys. For me, let's see how the 15-minute goes. Okay, so we got stopped out there. Then we started to get this chop. So obviously it was a FOMC day as well. So there was news and stuff, but ignoring that, there's usually still 1 or 2 good opportunities every single morning. So right after that, guys, we had the Nirvana, which went into this double IB, triple IB. So right here, guys, we had a very violent chop, right? And that's why I posted a chop picture right here. Where's the chop at? Right here. You see that? We posted a chop picture. But right here, guys, this was my I knew that this was a great consolidation. So I took the breakout of this last inside bar, this third one here, and you'll see, boom. So we hit that, we got filled, and we got a nice target there. So we didn't get nothing crazy, but we still was able to get at least 1.5 times our money on that last inside bar there. So those were the only 2 trades that I took based on the fractals today. And then from here, guys, that's when I decided to sit back because the news was coming up, the announcement, but I have my triggers. The triggers are always automated. They're always put in the night before. So when it hits, it's automatically going to fill you, right? And then you'll see later in today, guys, boom. Okay, we start chopping around, blah, blah, blah. And then there. So we get that break. We're filled. Boom, 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 boom. And then later on in the day, bam, big rollover. See? So obviously there was FOMC today, but the trigger is an automated trade. Okay. And the purpose behind it is to look for the trap, figure out a level where below this level you want to get puts, and above this level you want to get calls. And that all comes from the night before, looking at the chart and figuring out where are the specific levels that you want to go. All right, guys. So that was it today. 1 loser off the bat, 1 nice winner on that Ragnarok triple inside, and then the trigger did its thing late in the day. We also had the swing trade here, guys. I'm not sure if you guys remember, we did a video on this the other day. So this outside bar, guys, remember I did a video, potential opportunity on SPY for swing trade. So I took this short and I took a full risk contracts. So I took full risk on the options. So we did push back up, and I was down. And then today we got the flush, right? And that's the main benefit of doing full risk options, because my expiry is January, I think January 14th. Okay. So I just sat in it, right? And then today I got the payout. So got a nice winner on there. All right, beautiful. Okay. So there we go, guys. So essentially a trigger, I wrote about it extensively in my book, and you can read it there. And I have a nice YouTube video on it. It's in my spy book, as well as my stock book. They're both in there. Okay. About the triggers. So you could see here, triggers right here, page 40 for the drill down. All right, guys. So hit me with a 1 if you're understanding me. So let me reiterate here. So basically what we're trying to do here is just find a certain price point where we can exploit the stop loss. So below a certain level, we want to take puts. Above a certain level, we want to buy calls. We're just trying to see on the chart where can be that pivot point. And that's it. And there's a lot of variations to triggers. There's also reversals, right? And reversal trading is a very powerful form of trading. And I'm going to show you guys something right now if you're open to it. I'm going to show you a big reversal trade I took on Facebook today if you're interested. Hit me with a 5 if you're interested on Facebook. Any of you guys trade Facebook? Anybody? Meta platforms? Anybody trade that? Ticker symbol FB. Hit me with a 5. I'm just going to show you some stuff. Did I say 4 or 5? I can't remember. I think I said 5. All right. So let's go ahead here and Facebook. Okay. So this is an example, guys. I'm going to show you something here. I don't know if you're ready for this, but let me show you nonetheless. I want to show you some of this power that I've been working on here. So I'm going to go ahead here, guys, and I'm going to hit the replay on the day for Facebook. So this is a strategy that I'm probably putting $20,000 to $30,000 of my capital into perfecting and testing. So I'm also trying to build a robot for this one. So it takes money, guys, to do these things. It's like if you want a robot, if you want automated trading, and it's not easy, right? So I'm gonna do it for you guys and find out what's the best way using my capital, because I love trading, and I love giving back to the community. So let me talk to you about this strategy here. So this strategy, guys, involves waiting for the first hour to close. So I'm going to hit the replay here. Boom. So once this first hour closes, guys, so what we do here is we have a range. So this is the high and the low. The high was 335.76 and the low was 332.02. So what I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm using this 272 as a proxy, something that I can automate into a robot. And what I'm doing here, guys, is if we touch this 272, when we're coming down, I'm automatically buying calls. And you'll see that I did that today. I'll show you how it played out. Somewhere here, guys. Here we go. So this was my trade history from today. So you'll see today I bought the 335 calls at 10.46. And I bought 2 of them for $1.82. So 182. So this was my bot here trading. And I just want to show you guys. So 10.46 is where I got in. What we're going to do here, guys, we're going to go to a 5-minute chart so we can see it a lot clearly. Okay. So before we go into this, some of the concept behind this is this. If you wait for the first hour of the day to finish, generally the option premiums are going to be less expensive, because the morning always has a lot of volatility and premiums are generally high because of that priced in volatility. But after the first hour, generally the premiums start to die down, right? So this strategy here, guys, what it involves is wait for the first hour to close and then use this extension here, this 272, to get in automatically. Okay. And what happens here is we go ahead and we break through, right? We break the low. We come to the 272 right here, guys, right there. So that's my fill. Okay. So you can see here, that's 10.45. And just to show you guys here, so 10.46 is when I got filled. So we got in at $1.82. So check this out, guys. This strategy it's built for options, because you see how Facebook is crashing here. What do you think is happening to the calls premiums right here? What do you think is happening? Tell me. So first of all, the first hour of the day is done. So the premiums already went down partially. Okay. And then we're dropping significantly. So you could see like we're just making lower lows. We're coming down, pushing down to the 272 level, which is the level I'm using. It's a Fibonacci level. So what do you guys think is happening? Right? So the calls are getting hammered. And this is the whole concept behind my strategy. It's called discount shopping. I'm hunting for cheap premiums. That's all I want. And the win rate does not need to be high. It does not need to be high because I'm always going for a cheap deal. Now check this out. From here, guys, boom. Okay, I took a little bit of heat. Then we start turning around. And there we go. Bam. So right here, guys, those same contracts they doubled. Okay. So they doubled. I got out a few. I'm still testing the bot, right? So we right here went from, it was about 360. So that's basically like the best case scenario. And remember, now we have these options until Friday. So now this can become a swing trade. So if Facebook wanted to continue higher and just keep ramping higher, now all of a sudden I could put myself in a position to make 10 times my money, 1,000%, depending on how the swing moves. But from here, guys, you'll see what happened is this. Because of the FOMC and all that, we rolled over, which is fine. So I wanted to test the parameters here. Okay. So check this out. And by the end of the day, guys, the calls had lost about 60% of the value. So they went down about 60%. But hear this. This push from here to here was 100% return. So when I looked at this and I sat down and started thinking, it's amazing, because I didn't even have a stop loss on these ones because I'm testing it. But if I had a stop loss, let's say I had a stop loss right here, I would have only lost 25% of the premium, but my upside is 100%. So I would have lost 25% and the upside is 100%. So that's 4-to-1 risk to reward. And with the 4-to-1 risk to reward, guys, how much do we need to win? Does anybody know? Let me go open the book. Let me open the book, guys, and then I'll show you. I don't usually go for 4-to-1, but I might have to with this strategy. So here we go. Here's my book, guys. Here is the risk management table. Here. So 4-to-1, guys, we only need to win 21 out of 100 trades. That's it. So that is my master plan going into 2022. I will be heavily investing my money into this and trying to build this up, guys, and trying to create something that's impressive, that's just for options. Okay. And I just really think that this strategy has a lot of potential options. So I'm working on this. And this is another trigger. That's why I talked about this is another trigger. This is a trigger saying, okay, we come to the 272, we're going to trigger long automatically. And the reason is, well, I'm going to get a good deal, and this could be a potential reversal zone using a Fibonacci. Okay. So there we go, guys. So, let's see how that goes, and we'll keep going from there. So everything here is Fibonacci based for me, guys. I'm a Fibonacci trader. This strategy could probably have a 50-50 win rate. Okay, this could have a 50-50 win rate, but I just told you, I only need a 21% win rate to make money. So this could be about 50-50. Generally, most Fib strategies, maximum you'll see is 60-70, right? But this is 50. Okay. Generally. So we're gonna keep testing it and tweaking it, and we'll see. But yeah, anyways, guys, let's just I'm gonna wrap it up here, 25 minutes in, just to reiterate with the triggers, right? So we took those triggers today in the spy room. Triggers, you're trying to look for a breakout, you're trying to hunt stop losses, you use the prior day's range, or an opening range breakout, and you're just looking for areas to, when this breaks, this person is gonna be in trouble. Literally, that's what you got to think about. Don't complicate it. Just be like, if I was in this person's shoes, and I bought here, and then we break down here, would I have a stop loss? Would I be in trouble? That's what you have to ask yourself. Always get back to the trading psychology behind the trade. That is the key in trading. Always think, because somebody is actually right. Somebody is actually in a position. So there's going to be human psychology behind that. All right, guys. But yeah, otherwise than that, guys, I'll be live again in the spy room tomorrow. So, friendly reminder, the spy room is going to be, the price is going to be raised pretty soon. And once it's raised, it's not going back. So if you want to lock in at $39 a month, guys, you can definitely subscribe. Or you can grab a copy of my new book, the Spy Options Mastery book, guys. I talk about triggers in detail there. Have all my strategies in here with over 50 charts for your education. Grab a copy of this, guys. You get 1 month free in the Spy VIP, because I believe that without actually applying the education, the book is not worth anything. All right. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for your time. We have a couple questions. So generally with the triggers, I will go ahead and take the break. If it gaps above or below, you can leave the trigger open for a retest. But I generally don't like waiting for a retest right off the bat, because a lot of time retest is just another way of, people just basically being scared and having FOMO and all that crap. If you're going to take a trade, you take a trade. If it follows your plan, you take it. You can wait for a retest. You can wait till 2025 and you might never get a retest. Okay. All right. Um, so any Trading Wars Army members, so anybody with the green, like my brother here, Roman Empire, anybody with the green, do you guys have any specific questions for me? Or do you guys have any chart requests? I want to shout out to the Trading Wars Army members, Adriana, Double D. Thank you guys for supporting me, man. You guys know what I do. A lot of these things people will charge you hundreds and hundreds of dollars for. I'm out here, guys, just basically giving it out for free. So thank you for the support. I appreciate that. So any chart requests, any questions? So one thing that I noticed, guys, was one of the big YouTubers, I had a Nike question. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. What's your question on Nike? Double D, what's your question on Nike? What's your question for me, brother? And you know what, guys? I just want to say something. I don't know if you guys know Rainer Teal, who's like a really, really big YouTube influencer. He has a YouTube channel, but he shouted us out the other day on Twitter. And man, the channel has been really, really growing. And I'm just really, really happy about that. So shout out to Rainer. Appreciate him. Check him out, guys. He's a pretty good educator, and he has good content. So okay, yeah. So our brother right here, Double D, he's talking about Nike weekly swing. Then the daily posted the Holy Grail right here. So yeah, this is exceptionally beautiful right here. So we can go ahead and replay this. So you have a Holy Grail on the daily, right? So we could do the same thing, right? Holy Grail on the daily, looking for the triggers, right? Boom, there we go. Okay, so filled down to the downside, push down, boom, 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 boom. In some cases, it depends where your trigger is. You might get filled to the upside too. So that's why you need to have a stop loss, right? Or you can do full risk on both sides. And then let's just fast forward this. Beautiful, beautiful drop later on in the day. So great setup there, brother. That was a nice trade. Great setup. Are you able to set a conditional order for the target at the same time as the trigger? I don't think you can. I think you have to set the target after the trigger. I don't think you can, to be honest. I don't think you can. If the trigger broke on the daily Holy Grail to the upside, is that an indicator to cut the put position? It depends. If you're doing full risk with the options, right? If you decide you want to do a full risk, then you don't have to cut anything, right? Because it's either going to go to zero or you're going to make money. And that's kind of like the simplest way to do it, in my opinion. But it depends. If if you want to wait for the close above that level, you can also do a close. So if it closes above the level, then you can cut the position. That's a personal preference. And for me, I just always like to take full risk and just keep it simple. I love to just do the full risk, because I find like when you try to overcomplicate it, it's really, really hard. Really, really hard to manage a trade. All right. So I'm out, guys, man. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you guys, my friends here. So what we're gonna do here, guys, is this Sunday I'm gonna do some more giveaways. So I'm gonna continue to pick people that comment, right in the comment section. So I'm going to end the broadcast here. I want you guys to, when I end the broadcast here, I want you guys to respond and let me know how many of you actually trade triggers. How many of you trade triggers? And then if you do trade a trigger, do you automate it or do you set an alert and then get in? I want to know that because I want to see how many people are actually doing automated trading. If it's just me or do we have a lot of people doing it? All right. So please comment. I'm going to end the broadcast here. Do you take triggers? And if you take the triggers, do you automate them or do you manually put them, like manually wait for alerts, etc.? All right. So thank you very much, guys, for your time. I'll catch you tomorrow. Hope you learned something and stay safe out there. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you.